Hello and welcome. I'm so glad that you're able to join us today. We're going to present you the biggest update in the history of Simvoly. Our goal has always been to create an ecosystem to grow your business online with the power of websites, funnels, to sell online or to accept appointments. And I think we've done an amazing job. But now it is time to complete the ecosystem, to give you the power to communicate with your users and to grow your business easier than ever before. So that's why we're introducing the email marketing and automations working seamlessly with your websites and your funnels. And now let's look into it. Hello and welcome to the emails and automations. And now let's take a quick overview of the whole solution. You can access the thing from the emails and automations on top, and the first thing is the dashboard. This is where you can create your campaigns, add subscribers, lists, and automation flows. Basically, these are the quick links. And on the side, you have your statistics, like subscribers, in the last 30 days, how many new subscribers you get, and how many emails you have sent as well, plus increasing your limits. Now, in the campaigns is where you can also create campaigns, and you can also see the campaigns that you already have created, so you can access each one. And campaigns are basically the ability to blast emails to your subscribers. Very simple, and I'll show you in a moment. Then you have the automations. This is so powerful, yet so easy to create your automation flows with different triggers, rules, goals, actions, and you can create whatever paths you want. It's so good, and I will show you that as well in a moment. Then you have the list and subscribers. Here you have your subscribers to which you can send emails. So you can import or you can add one by one. Of course, if you have contacts already in your CRM, you can also add them as subscribers. You decide which ones to be subscribers and which not. You can create your lists to which you can populate from your forms and basically organize your subscribers there. And the segments are basically a way to filter your users and based on that criteria to save a segment. Then you have the email templates. The email templates are the designs that we have created for you, that you don't have to build yourself. These are your starting point for your emails. So we have created templates for all sorts of different things. You can browse and see all of them, and you can again fully customize them. And if you want to see a template, just click on it, then you can see how it looks and also how it looks on mobile devices as well. All the templates are auto scaling, so anything that you build with the email builder will scale on mobile devices. And now you have the ability as well to click on the three dots and clone that template to create your own version that you can customize and then reuse for more campaigns and automations that you're doing. And lastly, we have the settings. The settings is basically the way to connect your domain and verify it. So this is very important if you want to send. You will not be able to send emails unless you verify a custom domain. So here you can add one or multiple domains from which you want to send emails, and the verification is very easy via CNAME and TXT record that you add to your domain to make the connection. And after that, you'll be verified and be able to start sending emails. So this is how simple and yet powerful the whole email marketing and automations is. And now let's start with creating our first campaign. So the first step when we are creating a campaign is of course to add some kind of a name to it. So here we added some name, and let's go to select what kind of a campaign we want to create. So you have two options, a regular or an A/B test. So the A/B test is basically to split test your subject or content of the email, and based on the results on click or open rates to select which is the winner to send the remaining of the emails. But for the example, let's use the regular campaign. And next, of course, is to select the design. So here we have a lot of templates that you can choose from to start your email design. So pick anything. Basically, there is all sorts of different options to choose from. Whatever you pick, you can fully customize with the builder. So let's just pick one design. And we can now start editing it with the builder. Of course, you can add different sections with it. So now about the email builder, it's slightly different than what you might have seen in the page builder, but it's still block based and you can adjust your paddings really easy with the handles. It's really smooth, really easy. As you know, we are so fanatic about speed. But if you want to edit any type of a section, all you have to do is click on it. So there on the side you will see the information about which you can change, like buttons, covers, etc. So you can change to something else, let's say a bluish. Now when it comes to text, you edit that straight into the design. So only other options such as, you know, more like styling, you can adjust on the side, but like button text and button link actually is here that you can adjust, and the cover and etc. you can adjust on the side. So you can do that, just click on a specific section. Like in this case, all you have is text, so all you do is you can adjust the color of the background. So this way you can edit your email freely. Now if you want to add different sections, just drag and drop into the design. So let's say that you want to add a section like this, maybe here. Between those two, you can just drag it and drop it there, and you can create some padding if you want. And again, click on it to start editing the design of that. You can click on switch to switch the position. So why is like this? Why it's not like the page builder? Because emails are different than web, and there is so many different email browsers and email clients. And it's really not ideal to be very free to modify. And I think we created quite a lot of different blocks to enable you to create whatever designs that you desire, and be very flexible at the same time. But make sure it's foolproof so that everything looks very good in the different email clients for your users. So when you're ready with your design, well, before we go, you can also adjust, when you click on the side, you can also adjust the styling of your whole email. So you can change, let's say, the color to something else. You can adjust the width, the position of the whole email itself. And let's not forget that you can also adjust on the side, and each block has a copy and move up and top. So if you're ready with your design, all you have to do is go next. But before that, you can save it as a template if you want to reuse it somewhere else. You can just scrap what you have built here and just pick a new design, preview it. Let's say here we can just preview what kind of design we have created. We can also see it on mobile as well. And for mobile, you don't have to do anything. It just scales down pretty good on mobile, so you don't really have to adjust anything. All the fonts and everything scales down, so it looks really good on mobile phones as well. So if you're ready, just click on next and go to pick your audience. So here we have a few lists already created. So you can select a list, you can select a segment. So just pick a segment, and by clicking on exclude, you can actually exclude people from that segment, a list or segment that you have here. And you can also click there to remove that exclusion. So let's say we want to send to the default list, just click on next. And this is the campaign settings. So basically to which person you want to send information, the email. So we can add some kind of email subject, let's say subject. And here we can actually add a property. So if you want to add, let's say, the first name, so let's say, hey first name, welcome. So that will add the person's first name into the subject. And actually you can do that as well for the design, I forgot to mention. So when you're in the text editor, you can go and click here on the tag option. Of course you can just write it, but you can just click on the tag and add the first name into the email. So now the first name will be added into the this heading of your email as well. So let's go again to the summary, save the design that we already created. And here we have information to which we're sending, from who is this email and who is going to be receiving the reply to. We can of course send a test email if you want, or just go and send a campaign that will be blasting the campaign to that list of users, or you can schedule it for later sending. So from here you can select a date and time when do you want to schedule this campaign. So this is how simple it is to send a campaign. From all the steps, as you can see, in just a few minutes you can create an amazing campaign and blast it to your subscribers. So let's just send ours, and we're here now into the campaign is being started successfully, and you can see here the audience, the opens, and the click rates. So now inside, when you click on it, you actually see a summary about the campaign and what has happened with it. So here you can see how many people have received it. Currently it is still being sent, so it doesn't show anything. So it will refresh in like a minute or so. How many has opened, clicked. Here is some graphics about it, so you can visually see the opens and click rates. If you have any emails in your email, you also see clicks and opens as well. So you'll see that information, as well as unsubscribe, bounce, and marked as spam, which is very important when you're sending campaigns, to make sure that you have low scores, low percentages on those factors, because that might get your account suspended if you have too high of a bounce or unsubscribe, or well, not unsubscribe, but bounce and spam. Unsubscribe is for you. Make sure you don't spam your users to lose them. And then we have the details. So the details is how many people have received and who has clicked on or opened the email. And there is the preview of your email as well. So you don't forget what you actually sent to your users. You can see the actual email that you've sent to them and how it looks. And at the end is, of course, the unsubscribe. So this is the campaigns, how simple it is to create your own and see information about each campaign and what has happened to that campaign. And yeah, this is the campaigns. I hope that you enjoy them, and let's check out the other options such as automations. Alright, so let's talk about the lists and subscribers. Basically, this would be the people where you can send emails to, automations, and all these things. So the subscribers will be listed here. You can add a filter and create a segment based on specific criteria, just like in the CRM. So based on specific property, you can create your segments. And of course, you can create your lists. So basically, these are lists of people to which you can send from different forms, from different checkouts, so that you fill different lists with that. So you can just call another list, and let's call it list 1, for example. So this can be lists that you fill for specific users. Then we can create, let's say, list 2, and you can create as many as you want and see information about opens and clicks about each particular list. Now, segment is quite simple as well. You can just create a segment, or you can define a segment. So let's say we add a filter here, and let's say all the emails contain Simvoly. So we only want to filter and create a segment by Simvoly users, so we can save this as a segment. So we can call it Simvoly users. Let's say, so now we have a segment called Simvoly users, and that contains our saved filter. So that's a segment to which you can also send a campaign as well, instead of list. So these are lists, these are segments, and here you are the unsubscribed users if somebody unsubscribes. So in each user, actually, you have the ability to set up different lists. So you can assign them to a specific list from here, let's say list 1. So that the list, they're just part of this list that can trigger an automation, or you just want to have them there so that you can send and blast emails to that list. And you can see history of what that person has done. So here we sent a campaign to that person, and we have one email that is being sent. It hasn't been opened or clicked inside the email. From here you can unsubscribe or subscribe if the user hasn't been subscribed yet. And let's go back to the subscribers. So you can this way modify and adjust your lists and who is inside of those. Now from here you can of course import and export users. Simple, just select a file and to which list you want to import people. Quite simple and easy. Now, how do you fill people into a list? Well, of course, one way is to import people, but you can also send people from your forms. So if we go to our builder, to our page builder, let's go to our second step, which is people subscribing by leaving their email, let's say, just filling any form. So inside the settings of your form widget or checkout widget or any other widget that collects user information, at the bottom you'll see connect to email marketing. So from here now you can click and select which list you want to assign the person. So let's say person joins the list 1. So after they submit, they'll be added to that list. So that when they submit the form, they'll be added to the list. And when you selected the list, you'll see that you have the double opt-in option. So this is if you want the person to receive an email after submitting their information to verify that they are the owner of this email. So by clicking on the email link, they will be added to the list. Before that, they will not be subscribed. So this is option if you want double opt-in. But just like we have it, that form, when submitted, will add a person. So this is how you can fill users, always, as you can see, integrated. So basically you don't have to do anything, just go into the settings of your form, select to which list you want to send them, and they will be sent there. And by that, you can of course send some kind of an automation when person joins that list. So in this case, we have a person when joining a default list, but you can have it to join list 1 as well. So that will be another trigger for this automation, just like this. So these are lists and subscribers, quite simple and easy. Now, before we go, let me show you how, if you already have existing contacts in your CRM, how to make them subscribers. Because you might have a few hundred, let's say, or thousands, you want to send them some emails, you have to make them subscribers. So one way, of course, is to just go to the person and just subscribe them. That's one way. You can do it from here as well to subscribe them. So yeah, that's basically the way to do it. Another way is to just add contacts to a list, so you can target a big chunk of users. So you don't have to do it one by one. Let's say, well, in this case we have just one person. This one is already subscribed, but here we can just add them to a specific list, and they'll be triggered now. So if we go to the subscribers, you'll see that we have now 2 subscribers. Petrov is now being added, and it has list 2. So this is a very quick way that you can make your contacts in the CRM to be now subscribers in your email marketing automations. So and yeah, let's unsubscribe one so you can see how it actually looks. So it will be added here to the unsubscribe because they were already a subscriber in your system. So this is how simple it is to use the lists and subscribers. As you can see, it is extremely easy to start sending and blasting campaigns to your users, to edit your emails and populate your email lists. But now let's look into something even more interesting, the automations.
Hey. Okay. Hey. Hey.
Welcome to the automation. So let me show you how simple it is to create your first automation flow. So add just some name to it, auto1, let's say, and this is the automation view. So here you can start building your flow, and it's quite easy. Just click on the plus icon, and there you can start adding your actions. So first there are the actions which are automated, like delay, if else, split target. These are adding very soon, or some kind of action like sending and triggering some kind of a change for the contact. So let's build an automation. So let's add a delay when somebody joins the list, the automation. Let's delay them with 1 hour. So they'll go after that, after 1 hour. And then we can add another action after that. Let's send them an email 1 hour after they join the automation. We can add some name of automation, let's say, of email. So here you obviously add your name of your subject. Then you have from who is that email being sent from, and you have to select some kind of a template or design that you can build. So just select the design, adjust it however you want, and click on save when you're ready with the email that you want to send to that user or users in that flow, and just click outside. So we just added the delay and sending the email right after that. Now let's add an if else. This will split the traffic based on some kind of property or something happening with them. So let's say, here are all the options. So let's say a country is, Australia. So if the person is from Australia, they'll be split into 2. If it's yes, they'll go here. If it's no, they'll go to that flow. So based on that, you can add, let's say, a tag or, perform whatever action you want them to happen automatically for that user. So let's just add tag 1 for that user, and maybe if it's not an Australian, we can tag them with something else. Let's say tag 2. Yeah, and you can create your own tags from here, a lot simpler and easier, and let's add it like that. So just like that, we split the traffic, and this way you can create as big as automation as you want. And if you build a really big one, you can just click on the minus, so you can zoom out and see more of the automation and where it goes. And of course, you can zoom back in to the default view. So this is how simple it is to create your automation. Super fast, super easy, and really pleasant and easy to understand. What are some other options here is that you can delete a step, you can move it up and down, of course, if you want, and switch around. And you can add a note. So this is really cool. If you have a team or for just your purposes, if you forget what is this about, you can just add some note and just submit it. So here are the note. You can add different notes, as many as you want, with a timestamp and who is the person that left the note. But you can also pin a note. So this is quite cool because you can have it pinned all the time, and if somebody joins, they will see this note pinned there. Again, it can be for you, it can be for a team member. That is entirely up to you, but that's quite cool, and you can change which is the pinned note that is always visible. So this is the automations and how you can create the flow itself. Now we have the triggers, because if somebody how do we put people inside the actual flow? Who will start the flow? So there is different triggers, and we can click on add new trigger to start and add some such triggers. The most common one is usually when somebody joins a list, to add the person into the list. So from here we can select to which, when somebody joins a specific list, then they start automatically the flow. So these are triggers. All of these are triggers. So basically, when this action has happened, then the trigger will start, and the person will start through the different steps. We're adding a lot more very soon, but these are quite cool and basically covers most needs for a trigger of an automation. And you can add as many as you want as well. So this is the triggers and this is the flow. So what about the goals? So this is something that we call goals, and we really like the idea of it, because when you do an automation, there is some kind of idea behind it. In some cases, yes, you might want the person to just receive all the emails and perform all the actions in the automation, but in most cases, you want something to achieve. Let's say you want a person to fill a form, to let's say purchase something, to whatever that action it is. So you can define what is that action that you want people to do, and when they do it, they will just exit the flow. Even if it's on this email, they will just do the action that you want them to do, and they will just skip all the other steps because they already performed what you wanted them to do. So you can click on set a goal, and it's very simple and quite easy. Basically, if something is being changed, let's say when they fill a form on your website, after receiving an email, let's say, you can tag them with a specific tag, and based on the tag, you can just exit them from the automation because they perform what you wanted. So you don't have to spam them more with more emails and such. So or a specific property is being changed. So you can do all these goals from here. And let's say if a tag is being added, let's say tag 3. So when somebody is being tagged with this tag, they will exit the automation. So because they achieved the goal. You can save your automation. Then we have the analytics and goals. So this is the analytics about your whole automation. You can see all the emails that are in the chain and what you have, what you are sending. You can see how many people you've sent to, how many completed the flow. So this is all that exited the flow itself, how many are inside the flow. And here is, of course, information about the flow itself. And as you can see at the end and here on the side, you have the goal. Because for us, it is very important when somebody actually achieves it. Because if they leave the flow, that's fine, but they didn't really achieve the goal, whatever that goal is being defined as. So yeah, it's really cool to set up the goals. I think it's so useful, and yeah, there will be added more things such as purchase. Although you can still do a purchase type of a goal if you add to your checkout just a tag. When somebody completes the checkout, tag them with, let's say, tag called checkout, and set that as a goal. That's it. Very simple and easy to set it as a purchase, but we'll just create it as an extra option as a goal. So this is the analytics about the automations. Of course, when you have more data, it will be more fun to look at it. But yeah, it's quite simple and easy. And you can go back to editing your automation. When you're ready with your automation, you can just click on the turn on. And when somebody joins, you'll see now this information here about each step. So how many has completed it, how many is waiting. Basically, the waiting is only for the delays, because only there they wait. If they are not waiting, they go through all the steps. Like here, they'll go right after each other. So you can add more delays if you want more delays to be happening in your flow. So this is the automation. This is how we created our first automation. Super simple and easy. And again, in this case, we have a person joining by being added to this default list. You can add as many as you want flows. So we can click on save again and go back to our automations. So in the statistics in our automation, you can now see when it has been created, and you can see information about opens, clicks, and goal. So currently we have a defined goal, and you can see how many has completed that goal. So I think that's really neat and really easy to use. You can of course duplicate, turn off, clone, rename the automation, so you can create different options for your automation, as many as you want. So these are automations. I hope that you enjoy them. It's super simple, super easy, and you can build as big automations as you'd like. Alright, so let's discuss the pricing for the email marketing and automations. And actually, it will be included for free to all the existing plans, but for a certain amount of subscribers. And all the features are available, so you can test them out on any plan, all the features that you saw. Now, with the personal and business, as you can see, you have included 100 subscribers to which you can send automations and send emails and campaigns. And those comes with 1200 emails that you can send per month, and they reset every month. The growth comes with 500 subscribers with up to 6,000 emails that you can send, and the Pro with 1,000 subscribers and 12,000 emails that you can send every month. So this is all for free, included in your existing plans, nothing extra to be charged. Now, if you want to send to more subscribers and more emails, that's why we introduce the add-ons. And here are the options to send to more people as an add-on. So let's say that the first step starts from 500 subscribers that you can add additionally for $9 as an extra cost to your subscription plan that you're currently paying. Now, how many emails you get? Times 12. So if you have, let's say, the plan with 1,000 subscribers, you have the ability to send up to 12,000 emails for that month. Now, if you want to send to more emails to those subscribers, you have the ability to pay a little bit extra for every 1,000 emails. So that is 80 cents USD for every 1,000 extra emails that you pay. And yeah, this is how simple the add-ons are. So you can, in the 100 ones that you have, you can test out everything, and then you can send to more by adding an add-on to your subscription plan. Now, if you want to start sending emails to a lot of big lists, you will not be able to start sending it right away. As a new sender, you have the ability to send up to 1,000 emails. So if you want to send to more, you have to wait a few hours after you send up to 1,000 users to get some score, to see what are your bounce and spam record that we have for you, and that will determine if we will increase your limit or not. In most cases, probably it will be improved right away, but keep in mind that if you want to send to more than 1,000 people, you just have to wait a few hours after you send at least 1,000, well, actually up to 1,000 emails. And the other thing is this pricing that we have created here for you with all the features. They're basically like 20-30% less than the industry average. So I think we've created something really special for really amazing pricing. So this is the add-ons, this is the email marketing and the pricing. I hope that you enjoy it. And now let's look into the white label and how everything works with that. Alright, so now with the white label, you can be a reseller of an email marketing and automations solution. as part of the other amazing things that you can do with websites, funnels, and other things. But you can now become a reseller of such solution. So as already existing white label partner, how do you enable, and in general how to add email marketing is by going to a specific plan that you have, and based on what kind of a plan you already are basing on, you have a certain amount of subscribers that you can have for free to present to your users. Like in the case in the personal plus funnel plan, you have up to 100 subscribers that your customers can do for free. So this is free of charge. So you can also enable that. By default you'll be at 0, so you have to add how many subscribers you want to give in that particular plan. Now if we go to a plan such as the growth, you see that you have the ability to have up to 500. So this is the amount of subscribers that are included in such plan without extra cost. So here you can add 500. Again, if you want to charge for the email marketing and not give away any additional free email marketing users, you can just set it up at 0 so that they have to pay for any email marketing and automations. So here is how you set up this thing. Now as you can see, we've added this add-on section. So basically this is where your customers would be able to pay extra for sending more. So from here you have the different steps that we have set up. First of all, you have to enable, if you haven't enabled the add-ons, so you can enable the add-ons, and there you can see exactly the amount of subscribers which the person would add as an add-on and how much do you want them to pay for that. So currently the only option to pay is monthly. So you set up the monthly fee that you want to charge for 500 additional subscribers, for 1,000 here, and all the way to 100,000 subscribers. So you can set up again how much you want to charge, and you can see exactly how much we are charging you for that particular add-on. So you have a very healthy profit margin, healthier than any other solution. So there you can set up how much exactly you want your customers to pay. And at the bottom you have the extra emails. So for a single subscriber, your users get 12 emails basically. So if you have 1,000 subscribers, you can send up to 12,000 emails. So 12 times the maximum amount of subscribers. So you can also charge and people can pay extra if they go over that limit. So let's say that you're, once again, if they're on the 1,000, if they go over the 12,000 limit for this month, you can charge them whatever you want. So this is again how much we are charging at the bottom, 4,000 extra emails. And this is how much, in this case, you can again change it to whatever you want, how much you want to charge the customer for that. So this is how we've made the add-ons, and very soon we'll be adding the option for add-ons for a lot more things that people can pay a little bit extra to get into their project. So this is such simple way for people to actually pay for additional subscribers. Another cool thing that you also can see with the white label is the templates, because in the email section you can actually start building your own emails that your customers would also see. So again, you have access to all of the system templates that we have created, again organized in different categories that you can see, and you can again clone an existing template or create from scratch your own such designs. So feel free, if you want, to disable our email templates or create additional ones for your audience. So this is how the email marketing works for white label. So you can now provide a lot more value. The great thing about this is that now with this whole ecosystem, you don't have to lose customers to other platforms because most businesses, they are doing email marketing one way or another, and now you can provide them with a free option where they can test it out and pay you a bit extra if they want to send to more people. So every customer stays in your system for longer, and you can monetize them a lot more. So this is the white label for email marketing and automations. Alright, I hope that you enjoyed the email marketing and automations. But that is not all. We've created something extra for you to check out now. And we're happy to introduce to you the quizzes. And let's look into those as well. Welcome to the quizzes and surveys. And that's right, you can build both quizzes and surveys with this solution. And let's look how simple it is to actually get started. So this is the quiz widget. You can just double click and start editing what you have inside. So here you have 2 steps in this example, but you can add as many as you want. So let's just add step 3, for example, and you can add step 4, step 5, etc. So when you click on each step, you can start editing the content inside. So in this case, we have one field, one option with different choices that you have. So here you can add as many options as well that people can choose from by changing their name, adjusting the position of each option, and you have the score. So this allows you to score the answers of your users. So if they choose a specific one, you can add a specific amount of points that they get when they choose that. You also have the settings, so you can attach like in this case an image, description, additional information that you can add about the option. You also can skip, so when somebody chooses in this particular case this step, you can skip them to another step that you have created, and they'll basically skip the other steps before that. So this way you can create different paths inside your quiz or survey. And you can of course tag the users based on selecting this option. So you can also assign this tag to the contact in the CRM. So this way you can add as many as you want. Of course you have other options such as what kind of style it is, what kind of thing it is, like this tagged option to show the circle or not below, if you want it to be squares or circles. So we have different options as designs, whatever you like to choose from. How many per row, if it's multiple or single choice type of an option, and of course map to a CRM property. This allows you to send the data, whatever they choose, to a property into the contact CRM. And just like that, you can edit and customize your fields inside your step, and you can customize the headline and the description of that step as well, plus the styling, of course. So you can go back and create as many as you want steps. So here are a few other options that you can add. Here we have the common fields like multiple, single choice, and ratings. These are quiz and surveys only. So in this step, let's add the score. So you have this only available for this widget, ability for people to give you a score in this format. Again, you have different settings inside of it. You can play around, but you can adjust also the position of the different steps, which comes after which one. And that's it. This is how simple it is to create your steps. Then you have the results. So the results is basically based on the answers. You can, and if you assign points, if that's part of your or quiz or survey, to assign points based on the answers, you can show different messages. If you don't have scoring, so you can just have only one redirect or only one message, but you have the option to add different rules for different amount of answers that they select. And here you can add some title, call to actions, etc. If it's a message, or if it's a redirect link, just send them to a specific page that you created. This is especially cool if you want to filter people based on their preferences, to show a specific video, to show them a specific product that they can buy. So you can send them to a checkout, for example, based on their choices, or a video, whatever you're trying to filter them by and show them to that users. So this is the results. Now, what kind of other options you have is when you click on the widget, you will see the ability for the results, the settings, which are basically the notifications, the auto advance, the ability for people to just don't have to click on the continue button. If it's a single choice, they can just pick the option and go to the next step. You can see the buttons, and of course the ability to connect the whole quiz to the email marketing. So you can select which list you want to send people after submitting the quiz, or you can do it based on their results as well, based on what they've answered. You can also tag the users based on completing this quiz as well, just like a form. And lastly, you have the styling. The styling allows you to customize the looks of your system, of your quiz. So here you have the labels, the boxes, the buttons. So let's modify how the quiz will look. Maybe we want to make it like a dark theme with a light headlines. So just like that, you can customize it to look however you want. And when you're ready with your quiz, you can just click on Save Changes and preview how it will actually look. So here we have our single choice, which is Auto Advance, so you don't have the Continue button on the bottom. So whatever you choose, it will go to the next step. Pick the rating here, again Auto Advance to the next one, which is a simple collection of information before submitting your quiz or survey. And that's it. This is how simple it is to create and customize your quizzes. The quizzes will be available in a few days, so you can start using them basically right away and create these cool ways of collecting information from your users. And you can use them for sales, for lead generation, for promotion of different things. They're really easy and amazing. And all the results will be sent to your email, like the forms, or you can also find them in the contact CRM area. These are the quizzes, and I really hope that you enjoy them. These are the email marketing and automations, plus the quizzes. I really hope that you enjoyed what we have created for you. One platform to be able to do everything easier and better than before. This is just the beginning. We'll be adding more exciting and new additions to the emails and automations. We value and welcome any feedback you have for us. Thank you for staying until the end.